Elliott, who's 6 years older at 33. Brandon Rojval, the newcomer, 2 inches taller. And with that, also enjoys a 2-inch reach advantage. Here's Joe Martinez.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The next matchup tonight, 3 rounds. This in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a brawler standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in officially 125.5 pounds in 14 professional fights. His record, 10 victories and 4 defeats. Fighting out of Englewood, Colorado, here is Brendon Rojval. And across the octagon, his opponent fighting out of the red corner. A freestyle fighter standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at the flyweight limit, 126 pounds. This veteran holds a record of 16 victories, 10 defeats, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Lee Summit, Missouri, here is Tim Elliott. And your referee in charge of the action is Mark Smith.
So while Mark Smith gets these guys ready, Tim Elliott minus 155 as the favorite and more experienced competitor in this matchup. On the other side, Brandon Rojval as bright and eyed as a newcomer as you can get. So happy to be here, but all business on the face of Raw Dog Rojval right now. No glove touch. First of 3 possible rounds at 125 pounds.
I mean, Elliott's hair is as beautiful as any hair I've seen.
Sure is.
It's flopping and beautifully flowing. And then he lands that nice takedown off of the Rojval kick. Rojval says that he's always fought wrestlers, but he believes that this will be different because he thinks that Tim is a wrestler that will try things, and those things will allow him to find opportunities to win the fight.
Yeah, well, Rojval only had a week to prepare for this, but he's been watching a lot of tape. He's eating a lot of shots here as well, so he's got to be careful. He's trying to get on top. Tim Elliott off to a fantastic start here.
If you're Rojval, you got to get your hip back to the mat. You got to get your left hip back to the mat.
He's going to step over that leg into half guard.
There it is.
He's going to fight the hands and get back to his feet. We've seen that Tim dips his head a lot as he comes in, so he's been working on a lot of left high kicks.
Elliott right back in with the takedown. There's 1 minute in. Frantic pace here.
This is the way Tim Elliott always fights. You know, he always goes right at them. A lot of, you know, high pressure, non-stop, in your face. Rojval's got to be careful there. He could get a head and arm.
Rojval says he's used to fighting off his back, though, and fighting against aggressive, kind of awkward guys like this. Survived the early going, but eating some shots here from Elliott along the fence.
And when you've got 2 guys that come forward like these 2 do, obviously with the smaller octagon, you know, they're going to find each other so much faster, less chance to move around. It's going to favor the grapplers here tonight, but we see Kimura attempt here. He's going to get on top.
He's using it to try to reverse the position.
Look at this. He's going to try and get on top.
Rojval scrambles back to his feet, and they separate.
Right, now this is like the real start to the fight for Rojval. Because Tim just went forward, rushed him, got the takedown straight away. Never really got a chance to work on the feet. Let's see what he's got. A nice entry there for Tim Elliott. It seems he wants nothing to do with the stand-up, wants to take him down, look for an apparent weakness there.
Tim's doing a good job of just manipulating the body leverage of Rojval. He'll trip him, he'll kick his feet, he'll move him to try to just knock him off balance and tries to race him to the next position. Rojval needs to try to get his back against the side of the octagon here, keep circling to his left and try to get an underhook. He can't allow Elliott to get back behind him.
Yeah, he's going to try and swing that left arm out, turn so his back is against the octagon, and as you say, get the underhook and go to work.
There it is.
Little clash of heads.
Tim Elliott's been in the UFC since 2012. He needs a low kick and a spinning attack, but grabs the leg of Rojval.
This will be difficult with no shoe.
Ooh, close with the knee. Nice.
Body kick there from Elliott. Sits down Rojval, but just for a second.
This pace is fast, man.
Well, Rojval said, I might not be as crazy as Tim Elliott, but I'm an ADD style fighter. That's how he described himself. Elliott's swinging big on his way in, though. And now another takedown.
Tim Elliott is wrestling at such a high pace. He's going to have to keep that for 15 minutes if this is the game plan that he's going to implement to try to keep Rojval from getting comfortable on the feet.
But this is just how he fights.
Oh, look at this.
Oh. go.
Rojval goes to the ground. His right arm is in danger a little bit here.
Rojval needs to tripod and swim. If he gets up to his toes and then he swims back towards Elliott's legs, he'll come off the back. He's got to swim back out.
Got to get that head out, get the left arm out, get turtle position over the top.
His weight needs to be going backwards, though. Royval can't be going forward. This is a power half. It's a wrestling position. If Royval just keeps going backwards, he'll slide out of this position from Tim Elliott. Now Tim's got him cranked over in a three-quarter Nelson. Like in wrestling, trying to put him to his back.
He's going to Granby roll here.
Tim Elliott, a state high school wrestling champion in his native Kansas. And now in danger of sliding off the back here. Now it's Rojval on top with 30 seconds to go.
Rojval just needs to kick away here. If he kicks away, yep, he doesn't have a shoe.
Tim is just relentless, though. Grabbing his leg, just moves forward non-stop. Just
Big kick from Elliott.
Yeah, and a big shot for Rojval. And another one.
Nice take. I mean, these takedown attempts are coming in masses.
So are the submission attempts as well. Look at this.
Short time here for Rojval, who ends in a dominant position. Second round coming up. UFC Fight Night is presented by Modelo.
All right, guys, second round. Fight's on.
All right, and for the those in commercial break, you missed Tim Elliott. The last thing he said before getting off the stool was, "It's too quiet in here, Michael."
Yeah, he said that in between a lot of heavy breaths, though, and I'm not surprised because the wrestling offense, it was just takedown after takedown after takedown, and that is the most exhausting aspect of mixed martial arts. But as you said, Brendan, he managed to speak to his coach in between and express his dislike for the no crowd.
I like the advice of Royval's corner from Mark Montoya. Take a little bit off of your strikes because he understands that he's excited, right? He hasn't been here before, so he tried to throw everything with absolute power, take something off of it, and then you'll start to find your positions as he now is in top position.
Yeah, well, now we see for the first time Rojval on top. They've settled down. They're not scrambling all over the place. They're trying to pass the side control there. He's just going to get past that right knee of Tim Elliott there. And he's got to put Elliott flat on the back. You see how he's kind of on his side. He's not on any of his shoulders. Whenever you put a man down, you want him flat on the back. I don't need to tell you that, DC, of course.
Rojval weathering the early storm. Tim Elliott landing 3 takedowns in that first round. Bunch of attempts. Now it's Rojval on top going to work.
Some good shoulder pressure by Rojval with that left arm.
Exactly.
And when you're a wrestler like Tim Elliott and you want to be the guy pushing the pace from the top, being on the bottom is the worst thing imaginable. I think that was a little bit of a mistake right there by Rojval. He tried to jump guillotine, and now he's on the side. He needs to let go of the head.
Yeah, that's just a sign
choke here. I mean, that's tight. He's got to be careful.
That was a sign of inexperience, still young in his career. First fight in the UFC, got a little excited, looking for the finish. You got to keep that top position if you get there.
Elliott gets the head out. Now Rojval staying busy.
Rojval's dangerous off of his back, Brendon. I mean, at the end of the first round, he had Elliott in a very deep
That was a swing in.
Oh, wow.
Elbow attempt.
So much for taking a little heat off of it.
Tim is looking really tired here, though. Very labored in his movements. Getting a little sloppy with the striking, but still, it's the takedown.
Mike, you can see the coach. You can see the corner of Rojval kind of go, because he threw that big elbow and put himself in danger to get taken down. They were very specific to take a little off, like take your time. You don't have to rush it because now look at the position he finds himself in.
Trying to work the mounted triangle once again. Going to keep that underhook, keep Rojval on his back, but Rojval does a good job. Scrambles, gets on top, but he's got to watch his neck. I don't think there's anything there.
No, he's got to start framing off the face of Tim Elliott. He's got to just start framing with his right hand.
Yeah, that's just really uncomfortable. He's not going to
choke him.
Not going to choke him out, but it sucks. It's not comfortable. But I think of nicer places to be.
But for Tim Elliott to just be doing that squeeze right now after all that wrestling, now he's mounted, Brendon.
Yeah. Now he's in a solid position, but look at that.
2 minutes to work. Look at these guys scrambling on the ground.
Non-stop movement of Tim Elliott. It's so hard to deal with. You know, he doesn't allow Rojval to just get fixed in a solid position.
Arm triangle.
Look at this, and that's deep. Doing the right thing. He's grabbing the leg. That's going to release the pressure.
There's a tap from Elliott.
There it is.
Welcome to the UFC, Brandon Rojval. A submission win in round 2.
Eddie stuck for breath. I mean, here it is. He gets top position. Tim tries to swim out. Rolls with it perfectly. Tries to take the back. Ends up on half mount there. Sees the position. Locks up the head and arm. He's just going to pull that left knee out. There it is. Gets his instep. Completes it. Gets the side control. And then he grabs the leg. That's the beginning of the defense. But there was nothing left in the gas tank. He's gasping for breath. And he's like, get your hands off me. Tap, tap, tap.
First under.